Okay, Kendrick Lamar won Rap Album of the Year, Grammy. Now, I need to know, did you all listen to this album GNX from Kendrick Lamar?
Yes, yes.
Both of you listened to Okay. Jason, do you think it should have won Album of the Year?
Um, you know, that's hard for me to say because I'm trying to think of other hip hop albums or rap albums that came out this year.
Okay,
And
let me
this
tell you.
was
You
okay,
may
go
tell
ahead.
you?
Yeah.
Okay. You got Let God Sort 'Em Out, Pusha T clip, the clips, Pusha T
Hmm.
and Malice. Then you got Glorious, Glorilla. Then you got God Doesn't Like Ugly, JID. Kendrick Lamar, of course, GNX. And then Tyler the Creator, Chromacopia. I think that's how you
Hmm.
pronounce it.
So, I didn't hear all of those albums, but I would probably take the Clips album over GNX, you know. But I thought GNX was a fine album. I don't think it was, To Pimp a Butterfly or, Good Kid, Mad City. You know what I'm saying? Which I think Good Kid, Mad City is like a classic album. That's one of those timeless records that you could put on at any time. And I think people tried to catch up with Kendrick when they started saying "To Pimp a Butterfly" is so amazing. It was good, but I thought "Good Kid, Mad City" was phenomenal. Um, and I don't think either. I don't think GNX was as good as either one of those albums. But he was riding the wave of taking out the biggest rapper in the game for the last 15 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's been nobody even close to Drake. And people were starting to, I was hearing people say, you got to say Drake is the GOAT or he's at least top five. People were putting him ahead of Wayne.
Hmm,
Um,
that's crazy.
so, and then Kendrick came and knocked him out. And it was a violent knockout. Like it wasn't like Jay and Nas where it was like, yeah, he got him, but like it was like brutal.
Hmm.
Um, and I think Kendrick rode that wave into the Super Bowl performance, halftime performance. Um, and now he's become a subject of political memes and everything. And I think people, it's just his time right now. But I didn't think that this was like his best album or even a classic album or something that people are going to be listening to 5-10 years from now.
Yeah, I can side with you on that. I didn't listen to all of these albums, but I know that I wouldn't have picked it for Album of the Year. Now, first, I want to start and ask you this, Wade. Are you a Kendrick Lamar fan?
Yes, for sure.
Do you think that GNX was his best album or like in his top two?
Nah, just like Jason said, "Good Kid, Mad City." Of course, that was his first album, right? So that was a classic. I think the anticipation of him coming out, that album was really good. And I mean, How to Pimp a Butterfly was good too. He got some songs on there, but this album right here had some hit singles: "Squabble Up," "Luther," um, "TV Off," Peekaboo, Heart Part 6, and of course Not Like Us. So I mean, he had about 7 songs off the album that was getting a lot of airtime. So and then like Jason said, after the Drake thing and then the Super Bowl, let's not forget about the Super Bowl performance. I mean, of course he's gonna get album of the year. I think he's the most winning Grammy rapper right now with 27 Grammys over Jay Z. And Jay Z had 25. So I mean, like Jason said, it's his time right now. So we can't take nothing away from him, but definitely I feel like Good Kid, Mad City is the best out of the three.
Yeah. I thought it was dope though when he took his Grammy and brought people on the stage and he brought up Lefty Gunplay, um, who is kind of a controversial Latino rapper from LA, but he was kind of an internet meme for a minute, but now Lefty Gunplay is sober. He's saying the right things, and He went up in an interview I was watching. He was like, "Look, I want to thank Kendrick Lamar." He's like, "I'm here to promote Black and Brown unity." He's like, "I'm about to be the first Latino to win a Grammy for a hip hop performance." And he was like, a few years ago, I was in prison. You know what I'm saying? So he was just like, anything is possible. And I thought that was like a dope kind of message, and he looked clear and lucid and sober. And I thought that was dope, and the fact that Kendrick put him on, if you represent LA, you represent, Compton, you have to, look to our brown brothers. And I thought that was dope.
I
Yeah.
agree.
So I'm gonna say this. I completely disagree with him winning Rap Album of the Year. Completely disagree. I heard his album, and I think you said you counted seven. Wait, I counted maybe five of songs that I would replay. The rest of the album, I wouldn't replay any of the songs. I even went back and listened to the album after he won the Grammy, and I still wasn't impressed. Especially compared to the Clips album. I think the Clips album, like, I mean, you can go through it without skipping any tracks. Maybe you might skip a one or two, but I can go through it without skipping any tracks. And I
Hey,
also think
Bobby, let him
Clips.
know where you from, though. Where you from?
I'm not from the same part of Virginia as the Clips. But my
But
thing is, yeah, I've always been a Clips fan. I mean, even like you said, Jason, we were talking about it. Like Malice went off on that album, and
Yeah,
Pusha T was right there with him. Like
facts.
we know that these
True
dudes are
story.
lyrical, man, and not saying that Kendrick isn't, but this was a great album, especially for them to not have an album in what over a decade. Like they came back strong, and I think that this got lost by the fact that Kendrick Lamar had this beef with Drake, and he took down, like you said, Jason, one of the best artists of this era. And I think that that overshadowed the fact that a great album by the Clips was put out there.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's
nah. Go ahead,
politics.
Ray.
No, I think it's just politics. Like I didn't hear too many of the songs from that Clips album on the radio, especially down here in Florida. So I think it's just politics. I mean, you guys know the songs because you guys been listening to the album. I remember you did a review on the album, right, Bobby, at the beginning of the year when it, well,
I
not the
did,
beginning of the year,
yes. Hmm.
it came out. So I feel like it's just politics. Yeah, they probably had a better album, but of course Kendrick's going to win with everything's going on.
Yeah, I think it's also, um, the style of music they make and where they're from too. I think one guy's from LA, and with Not Like Us, he represented a whole coast, and in some respects, a whole nation. You know what I'm saying? Like we were kind of putting out there, like, yo, y'all in other places, are not like us. Like we do, we do things differently. We're the originators. Um, and so certainly West Coast, but probably to a certain extent, the whole country was kind of riding with Kendrick. Um,
Hmm.
Yeah.
and I just want to say Drake is not in the Epstein files.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm just
Well, what I don't disagree with you, Jason, but what you're talking about, Not Like Us, is a song, not the
yeah.
album. He won Rap Album of the Year. Like you can't win Rap Album of the Year for a song. That's a single.
No, I agree. But so it's funny. I was talking to a friend about this the other day. I think albums have become less important than they were, maybe 25 years ago, in 2000, and certainly in the 90s, where you didn't try to make, like, y'all were counting how many singles were on a record. Before an album, you only really had like two singles. The rest of the album was trying to put together a cohesive piece of or body of work, that had a theme throughout. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not just making a bunch of hot singles. But now people are just counting singles and what catches their ear. And that's a totally different thing than making an album. Like, when I go down into my basement and I see my parents' old 12 inches, like, you would read the liner notes and you would kind of get what they were trying to get across with the whole body of work, the album, what the theme was. Um, like there was I was just seeing this thing about Marvin Gaye divorced his wife, who was, I want to say, Barry Gordy's daughter. And they said part of the divorce settlement was that she was supposed to get the proceeds from his next album. So he tried to make the wackest album he could, and he called it, it's like For You, My Dear, or something like that. I can't remember what it is, but it's all just like a giant middle finger, like, I'm singing this so that you can get paid, screw you. But the whole album had a theme, you know what I'm saying? And it turned out that people really liked the album.
Yeah.
So, he tried to make it like mean and bitter and bad, but it turned out like it still had this cohesive theme and people loved it. And I think now it's that's why people like Drake thrive in this era, because you don't have to tell an entire story. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting a physical piece of work. People get to click what they like and what they don't like. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's totally different.
Yeah. So would you say like it's a old school music thing, like for the, maybe like, I don't know, 80s and 90s era of people that grew up in that time? Do you think that they look for the artwork in the album? They look for like the theme, like you said. And then maybe the newer generation is just looking for hot singles?
I think so, and I really think it has to come. It comes down to getting a physical body of work, getting a CD or a 12-inch or a tape. You know what I'm saying? I remember having tapes and putting tapes in the car. You couldn't skip around. You had to, if you were going to fast forward for 3 minutes to get to the song you liked. So you listen to the whole body of work. Now you don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? And you don't, there are albums that I had that maybe I didn't like this song sonically, but one day I'm driving and I had to listen to it. And I was like, I appreciate what that did for the entire body. You know what I'm saying? It's like a book. Now you get to skip from chapter 1 and go to chapter 7 and then go to chapter 12 instead of reading the entire book, which back in the day when you had a physical album, it almost encouraged you to listen to the entire body of work, see why they put this song first and this song second and this song third, and what they were trying to tell you. And I think that adds another element of artistry to music that I don't think people right now appreciate or understand.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. So, Wade, do you think like when someone drops an album, do you listen to it from track one all the way to the end? Like, do you start from the beginning and listen all the way to the end because it's an album? It's supposed to, give you like a story or something. Something.
Yeah, I try to, but it just depends. Like Wale album, I listen to it from top to bottom. And like it depends. Like if I'm doing something, like I could be cleaning up or something like that. I could be doing whatever, and I just let it ride out. But I do believe, like how we talked about singles, people look for the singles because like we in the land of social media, so people using these songs on their videos, just like me. I use the songs on my videos too. I use Peekaboo. I use Turn This TV Off. I even use the Luther song on some of my reels. So people looking for those songs to put on their Instagram or their TikTok. So Kendrick Lamar had the most singles. I didn't see anybody using the clips singles on any of their reels, any of their posts. Me
I did.
personally, you did?
I did.
Oh, you
No,
did.
he did.
I mean, I like
the clip said he's from Virginia.
Yeah, no, I like the clips. I'm just saying, I just didn't hear. I don't know. Like maybe they wasn't marketing their album enough. I mean, I don't know. Are they independent now? Because they not with Kanye no more, right?
They were with Pharrell, right?
Only Pusha T was with Kanye for a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Music.
More though, right?
Yeah, as a group, they were with Pharrell.
But I heard more of Pusha T when he was with Kanye though, obviously because he's Kanye. You know what I mean? So maybe that's another reason why as well. Like I just didn't hear it. Like, I didn't hear any of the album. I heard none of the songs on the radio.
But again, like when you get a song from social media, you go searching for that song.
Yeah,
People are creating playlists. They're not buying albums a lot of times.
it's a
You
different
know,
game.
the younger kids, they're not like, let me listen 1 through 3. They're like, yo, I heard this song in this reel. You know what I'm saying? Like there, and I'm not saying I never do that either. There's a song called Chest Pains. Um I forgot the artist. It's like a British artist. But you know, you probably heard it. It's a guy like, I love, I love. And I was like, yo, I love this song. So I
I
went
ain't
and
never
searched.
heard that before.
All right, well, search it up. It's a
Not the
song
way
called.
you singing it.
All right, yeah, you know. But anyway, it's a song called Chest Pains, and you know, I wasn't checking for the guy's whole album. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to hear that one song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Which
saying?
which goes back to my point. Like you shouldn't win album of the year just because you got a couple singles on there. That's what I'm saying. Like I think
Yeah, about
the body of
7
work
or
I
has
mean,
to be
but
considered.
yeah, a
to his
lot.
credit, it did have a theme. GNX did have a theme.
I'm not saying it didn't have a theme. It's just not a theme that I'm gonna replay and I wanted to listen to over and over again. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've listened to the Clips album more than once, twice, more than twice, more than 3 times. I heard GNX again because he won a Grammy.
I agree. I wonder if there's some regional bias in that too. Not saying just because you're from Virginia, but like we're East Coast dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
We're Mid Atlantic, East Coast guys. Kind
Well,
of,
well,
you
what do
know.
you think? Like which was a better album to you?
You talking to me?
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, no, I like the Clips album. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? But then again, I'm from the Clips era. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I think I'm like the same age as Malice. You know what I'm saying? So like I see why I would like that more. And I'm, you know, I'm an East Coast, Mid Atlantic dude. I can regionally identify with them a little more, so it makes sense. But I didn't think GNX was a whack album.
No, I'm not saying that.
Yeah, it just wasn't. It just I preferred the Clips album. You know, I would totally, like if we were going on a road trip and you were like, "Yo, I want to put in GNX," I'd be like, "All right, go ahead." You know what I mean? I wouldn't be like, "Man, this is whack." You know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but also if I put that GNX album, I feel like, I mean, at least for me, there'll be songs that you skip.
That's fair. You know, that's fair.
Mm,
I just didn't. It just didn't grab me the way some of his other music has.
right.
You know what I'm
And like
saying?
I said, it's not even, I mean, like you all said, it's not even his best album.
But
Not even close to me. Not
Clips
even.
even in the running though? What did they like? I didn't see the award. Were they in the running? Were they
Who?
nominated?
Clips?
Clips.
Yes,
Yeah.
they
Oh,
were.
they were at the
Yeah.
Grammys. Oh, I ain't
But
see.
you know what? It's not his best album, but the award isn't for, you know, Kendrick Lamar's best album. It's against the landscape of other music out there, and it
Right.
was
But
like,
we already agreed that it wasn't. I mean, you and I agreed that it wasn't.
yeah, yeah. Well, you and I do, but the people who vote on the Grammys, the thousands upon thousands of Grammy voters, which by the way, it's really not hard to become a Grammy voter. Um, all you have to do is commercially release an album, and you can become a Grammy voter.
Mm,
Um, I almost became one, and you have to join the, I think the RIAA or whatever, some organization. But you can be a Grammy voter.
yeah.
Anybody can be a Grammy voter.
Well,
And shout out to my man Ash. He was a Grammy voter. He still might be. Um, and so the thousands upon thousands of people out there thought Kendrick Lamar had the best album. And I
yeah.
wonder how many people actually listened to all those other albums. I would bet not a lot because albums don't
Well,
have the same weight that they used to. When in
yeah.
1995, everybody listened to the top 5 hip hop albums that came out that year. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's not the case anymore.
Well, to be fair, just so you know that I'm not completely, you know, biased. I did listen to some of Tyler the Creator's album. I listened to most of it actually, and I'm just not a Tyler Creator fan. So I
Yeah.
guess like maybe that had something to do with it, but I don't think that was better than the Clips album. I did listen to some of JID, and we all know JID can spit, but I didn't think that was better than the Clips album. I also think that it's still a popularity contest. That's all it is. I mean, and that's why I had, that's why Kendrick won. I mean, had more of an impact on people across the country. So if that's
So
why he won, I get it.
yeah, Tyler the Creator stylistically is just so different. You know what I mean? Like he's not in the same genre. Like I mean, I know he raps, but it's just a different feel. Because I remember back in the day with Odd Future, and I was like, "The hell is this?" You know what I'm saying? Like it just wasn't my style. It's not that it was whack or anything. It just
Hmm.
wasn't my style of music. I
Yeah.
like Tyler the Creator when he's in other creative spaces, like when he acts and does comedy. I actually like that more than his actual music.
Hmm. I can agree with that. And just to keep saying I'm being fair, I did listen to most of Glorilla's album too. But okay,
I
I
like
really,
Glow too.
yeah, I like Glow. I know Wade like Glow. We talked about
Yeah, I like Glow. She nice.
Yeah, Glow.
She has some good singles too, but nobody had as much as Kendrick Lamar like out
yeah.
Ooh,
publicly.
ooh, ooh, ooh.